Hold that thought, my muffins. Welcome back to my channel. Yami here. With Easter on the way, Taz's family is actually hosting Easter brunch. I got to thinking I'm not going to be able to enjoy all these Easter treats, so I decided that I was going to do some research and kind of start planning some Easter treats that I could enjoy and be a part of. So I decided to share those recipes with you guys. Today I'm going to go through some recipes that I will be making for this upcoming Easter, and I'm going to be taking you guys through some of them. Some of them I've made, some of them I haven't. If it's a disaster, it's a disaster. If it's not, hey, it's not. I'm gonna make 4 different recipes. We're gonna make protein Easter eggs. We're gonna make protein banana bread, protein chocolate fudge, and we are going to make protein chocolate chip cookie dough. Maybe we'll make Rice Krispies, maybe we won't. Who knows? Depends on how much time I have left, because I have to be at my physical therapy appointment by 1 o'clock. So we shall see. I'm currently just drinking my black coffee in my Krispy Kreme mug. Join me, get your aprons on or not, get dirty, who knows, whatever. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's get baking. We are going to start with the protein Easter eggs. For this recipe, you are going to need chocolate protein. I am using Pretty Fit chocolate, fat-free milk, coconut flour. You can also use casein instead of coconut flour. Cocoa, and then 85% dark chocolate. You're also going to need a measuring cup, a bowl, and a flat pan or whatever. Let's get started. In a bowl, you're going to mix everything except your dark chocolate. Chocolate protein, 1/4 cup of Hershey's cocoa powder, 1/4 cup of coconut flour, and 3/8 cup of milk. You are just going to mix this into a paste, kinda. Little tip, you don't want to mix this with one of these things, I forget the name, because you want to be able to roll this into like little eggs and you won't be able to get it out of the whisk. Another thing, you want to be able to roll the batter into eggs, so if it's too sticky, you want to add a little bit more coconut flour into it so that it can stick. Just be careful not to overdo it. So you want to keep adding until it gets to the right consistency. So it's going to look like. It's a little bit harder, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take 2 smaller spoons, and you can do this with your hands, but I have my nail and my claws and they won't let me do it. Is you're gonna create small eggs with these spoons and just put them on a sheet like so. Ta-da! You're just gonna do that again and again. I feel like these should be a little harder, but c'est la vie. I tried the batter a little bit and I really like it. I could eat it just like this. This recipe doesn't make many eggs, so you can always double it if you'd like. So it made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I probably ate one whole thing, so let's say 10. I'm gonna throw them in the freezer to freeze for a little bit while I get the chocolate topping melted. So what I've done here is I've just created the melting station for the chocolate topping. I just took a pot, filled it up a little bit under halfway with some water, put a glass bowl on top. All I want to happen is I want the chocolate to melt in the bowl. So what I'm gonna take the chocolate, 85% cocoa. Again, I'm just gonna measure out 50 grams. And I'm just gonna throw that in there and watch it melt. I just took out the eggs from the freezer. They're not extremely hard, but it'll do. The chocolate has melted. I'm going to grab it from the stove. Be careful to not burn yourself. This is still hot. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take these eggs, dip it in here, and just put it back onto this plate. What I wanna do, I wanna take it with fork. See, it's still very sticky. And I'm just lightly going to just dip it. Come on, turn. It's sticking so much. Just put it right back on there. So these are actually expanding in the chocolate, which is, I guess, weird. Gotta work fast. These are no longer eggs, guys. It looks like poop. And there you have it, your Easter poop. Doesn't look the way I wanted it to look, but I'm sure it tastes good because the chocolate tastes good and the batter tasted good. So what you want to do now is you want to freeze it. So I'm going to freeze it for a couple hours and I'll let you guys know how it tastes. It kind of looks like macaroons right now, which is fine. I told you guys I would let you know how it is. So not every recipe is going to be perfect. But moving on, what's next? Recipe number 2. We are going to make cookie dough protein fudge slash cupcake slash I don't know. For this recipe, you will need a food processor, a pan, a 12, it could be a 24, it could be whatever you have. You're gonna need 90 grams of vanilla protein powder. I'm using Pretty Fit Whey, obviously. A cup and a half of garbanzo beans, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, half a cup of unsweetened almond milk. I'm using almond cashew milk, 2 teaspoon almond extract, half a cup of almond butter, a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 servings of honey, and this is completely optional, but you could add 1/4 cups of chocolate chips. You could do dark chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate, or milk chocolate, but I have semi-sweet chocolate and milk chocolate, and I'm gonna combine the two. Let's get started. First and foremost, you wanna open up your can of garbanzo beans, pour it in the bowl, and I just run this underwater and I just rinse it. You want to make sure that everything is mixed in nice and even. No bumps. Maybe try it. That is good. This is where you add your chocolate chips, and I'm gonna do half and half. Like I said, half milk chocolate and half semi-sweet. This was supposed to be fudge, but I think I want to bake them. All right, mixing it up. All you want to do is you just want to stir it in. You don't want to put it through the food processor. And that's it, guys. Now the ones that we're going to bake, we're going to spray down and make it like a little muffin. I'm literally just taking a scooper. I'm just going to bring it in. A little bit more than like halfway. These are ready to go in the oven, but I usually like to do something at the end with them. I just like to go in and do like 2 per the top, make them a little extra pretty. I probably will not count these because let's face it, it's not that serious. So cute, so cute. And this video is gonna be so long, but whatever, so worth it. Know what I'm saying? All right, we're done. Look how cute. These are gonna go in the oven. It's probably gonna be real good. So now while I wait for the oven to heat, let's get on to the next recipe. Okay, recipe number 3. I'm really excited about this one. This one is going to be protein banana bread. For this recipe, you are going to need a scale, obviously, a bowl, a hand mixer, some sort of banana pan rectangular thing, half a cup of pumpkin, half a cup of vanilla protein powder. Again, I'm using Pretty Fit. A cup of liquid egg whites, 1 banana, and if you want to get real crazy, you can add a whole banana inside the banana bread, half a cup of coconut flour, 3/8 cup of oat flour. This is just rolled oats that I just made into oat flour. You do not need to go out and buy expensive oat flour. You can just put it into a food processor and it becomes oat flour. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and this is optional, but I always like to add vanilla extract, and a little bit of almond breeze. Again, optional, I just like it for mixing purposes. Right, so let's jump right into it. So literally all you're going to do is you're going to combine everything in your bowl and blend away. So let's do it. So everything's mixed in and this is what it looks like. Now I'm gonna plug in my mixer and it's time to mix. Let's try it. Good, but I think it needs more banana, if I'm gonna be honest. So we're gonna add a whole banana. Okay, much better. Now, what we're gonna do, I'm going to spray down my pan with some cooking spray. And I'm just going to pour my batter into my pan. And then remember how I said I wanted to use some of that banana for some decor purposes? I'm going to grab that banana and slice it. I'm just gonna slice, nope. But I just envision this like so. And ta-da! Now I'm gonna put this in the oven for 350 until the knife comes out clean. So I'm gonna go do that, and then the last recipe. Last recipe. This is for chocolate fudge, and I tried this yesterday actually, and I put it on Snapchat, and so many of you guys wanted it, and I'm gonna just go ahead and do it once again so I can show you guys. Really, really easy recipe. What you're gonna need for this is a bowl, a spatula. You're going to need a scoop and a half of chocolate whey. I'm using Pretty Fit. That's 180 grams of almond milk, 128 grams of peanut butter, half tablespoon of cinnamon, and 2 servings of cocoa powder. That's 10 grams. You can either lay this out and freeze it or put it in like a little silicone thing. Yesterday I just laid it out, but I found this today, so I'm gonna try it out today. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna mix everything in a bowl, starting with your protein powder. I measure everything out so I can find out the macros perfectly. And that's it, and I just want to mix it away. So you really want to make sure that all your clumps are gone. This looks pretty good. And that's it. You can either lay it out flat in a baking sheet, or you can transfer it over to your silicone. That's what I'm gonna do right now. As you can see, this made 20 little fudge boxes, I guess you can say. I will have all the macros listed here for you guys, but for right now, I'm gonna stick these into the freezer, and I'll come back in about 20-30 minutes or so and see how these turned out. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in this little baking extravaganza for Easter. Hope you're able to bake these in time for Easter and not lose sight of your goals and be able to enjoy Easter with your family and friends, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed these recipes. Hope you enjoyed eating them and baking them. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with someone you think might benefit from it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Mwah! So scoop. This is gross. So I'll go first.
Take that creatine, girl.